Welcome to our first January Jewels auction preview. I've got a few things lined up for you here to show you quickly. We've got plenty of jewellery and silver in our next January sale, and there's some really nice pieces throughout. We'll jump straight into the jewellery. One of the main parts is the first lot, which is lot 100 for the jewellery, and it's this beautiful French Art Nouveau ruby and diamond brooch, which actually would be really nice if you could turn it into a pendant. All it needs is a small loop adding to the top, but it's got this lovely en tremblant, which is the technical term for something that moves in jewellery. Lovely marquise cluster of rubies and a single rose cut diamond in the centre. Beautiful handcrafted piece. This one will be circa 1910, and there's nothing wrong with it at all. All there, all the stones are there as well, completely original, and a piece like this would be looking at around £500 to £800, could be more than that. It's a rare piece, and certainly would be a one-off as well. What else have we got? We've got another brooch here just below it, and this is a bit old-fashioned. It's 1960s with citrines and 18 karat gold. But the maker is the real point to look at on this one. So this is by Jewellery, and they are a very well-known jewellery maker, and they make all sorts of high-end brooches and rings and necklaces, all sorts, you name it, they'll make it. But it's very high-quality jewellery, and this is a scarf clip, as you can see from the back fitting here. It's completely signed as well. And small pieces like this are generally going to be sort of £300 to £500. The larger pieces can make thousands. But just an interesting maker to look out for if you're ever looking at jewellery. Jewellery, that's the name on that one. Another unusual piece, especially to have in the jewellery section. This here is a micro mosaic plaque. And the part that is fascinating about this is that someone hand set every single miniature tile in this plaque. Completely by hand. So this is a Grand Tour piece, so this will be mid to late 19th century, and it's of some ruins, some well-known ruins, and this is also set into gold stone. But imagine having to do every single one of those, hand cementing every single tesserae, which is what they're called, into that plaque. Amazing. And estimate on this one should be sort of between £300 and £400 again, but could make it more than that. It's a nice large size plaque on this one. If you've got some people who are into tennis, I know that it's the Australian Open at the moment, then this might be for them. Very unusual tennis racket necklace, the pendant. Just a bit of fun really, but if someone's really into their tennis and obviously the Australian Open at the moment, that could be for them. Or maybe they're a bit of a magpie and they like gold nuggets. I only like them for breakfast personally, but that's one there. And that should be between sort of £100 and £200. But a real gold nugget straight from the ground, probably from Australia or something like that. Or maybe there's someone who really is always late. Nice small 9 karat gold coral alarm clock pendant or charm to add to their bracelet. Some really nice diamonds in this sale as well. So we've got some beautiful solitaire diamonds and half eternity rings. The main one being lot 270, which is around 1.5 carats. I believe it's just below that. But it's lovely and bright and white. Only a few tiny inclusions visible under a loop, and the good thing about this is that the settings are 18 karat gold and they're really heavy gauge. So if this sort of ring isn't your style, you can always take the diamond out and make the setting into something else, perhaps into a bit of a more stylish setting. The estimate on that one is going to be around 1500 to 2000, but well worth that for a near 1.5 carat diamond. The eternity rings, these range in price depending on how large the stones are. So we have two in this sale. The smaller one is £500 to £800 and the larger one is £800 to £1,200. and as you can see, there is a slight difference in the size of those diamonds. I believe the larger is around 2.5 carats in total. But they're both set into 18 karat gold and always very timeless rings, half eternities. These are quite interesting, came in separately, and these are Victorian mourning jewellery. So you've got a ring here, which is probably one of the largest I think I've seen, with a woven hair panel in the centre, surrounded by pearls, and then surrounded again by enamel work, and virtually an identical brooch to it from a completely separate house, but they're virtually matching. The ring should be around £700 or so, and the brooch around 100. So that's a nice sort of matching set if you like that sort of thing. Nice, interesting small bits of silver as well, going on to these bits now. I think small silver things are definitely the most collectible nowadays. People are sort of shying away from large tea sets, which is, there's a bit of an obvious reason for that. People don't want to have to polish them all every day and dust them. So a lot more people are investing in smaller items of silver, which are really nice to be able to put into either a cabinet or onto a shelf. And we've got a really good selection of novelties. So the first selection here is a group of menu or place name holders for the table, for the dining table. My favourites personally is lot 119, which is this very nice novelty owl, and he is by a well-known novelty silver maker by the name of Samson Morden. Always makes a lot of various small silver items, including this propelling pencil as well, which is lot 122. So by the same maker, and this, if I just pull out the tail here, you can see the pencil coming out, and that's modelled as a duck, but a very rare piece, very collectible, these propelling pencils in particular. This one should be between £500 and £800, which is a bit more for the collector. These really caught my eye. Again, they're menu card holders. They're lot 116, and these are Chinese export silver. But aren't they beautiful? Modelled as breeze fans with dragons and blossom trees as well. It'd be lovely to decorate a table with all of these when you have people around. These came in about a week ago, and they are by Asprey and Sons. And it looks like someone's been to India and bought these miniature watercolour paintings and then brought them back here and had them mounted into these silver boxes by Asprey's, which is a lovely idea. And the watercolours themselves are perfect condition, no damage at all to those, and they're gilt inside as well. I think just a really nice novelty there. And then the last of the lot is the silver desk barometer. Look at that, modelled as a padlock. If you haven't got one of these, then I don't know what you're investing money in. I think everyone needs one of these on their desk. But that's just a good bit of fun, really. And that should be around a couple of hundred or so, would have thought, at auction. So I've got some really nice things, obviously plenty more in the sale as well to look through, so please do have a look online. And the sale is on Wednesday, starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. So please do join us then, and thank you very much.